Hey everyone, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well because today we are talking about music, and today we are taking a look at the deluxe edition of the Selector's Too Much Pressure. There you go, comes in a great little cardboard clamshell box there. You got all the goodies here. This came out in 2001 on a two-tone or chrysalis records, and I might argue that this is the definitive way to own this album. There is so much stuff on here. If you are a fan of this band, if you're a fan of two tone, if you're a fan of ska and reggae, this is the way to get this album. And I'm going to go through it a little bit. But first, let's talk about who are the Selector. They're one of the kind of foundational bands of the two tone movement. Kind of, you've got groups like the Specials and Madness. Those could be potentially the two most popular from that movement, but you've also got the Selector, as well as other bands like Bad Manners, the Body Snatchers, etc., etc. But for me, the Selector, they've always had a bit more, when you think about those other bands, a little more of kind of an anger to them, a bit more of a punk edge, especially on this album. Still very much kind of that fusion of punk and reggae that was born from the Windrush generation in the UK. But I think on here you get a little more overt uh, politicization of the lyrics that you saw on the Specials' first album, done with a bit more snarl, I would say. I think this might be one of the most successful debut albums of all time. The band themselves formed in '79, I believe, sort of unofficially as sort of performing the B side to a single. And then they released their own track on my radio as a single. Both Two Tone Records and Chrysalis were so impressed. They were like, you have to record a debut. And they did. And that's what we got here. The album itself was super, super successful. It was produced by Errol Ross. Most of the music on there was composed by one of the founding members and guitar player, Noel Davies. There's also a lot of covers on the album that we'll get to when we kind of look at what's in here proper. Just like on the Specials' first album, you get a lot of kind of covers of traditional ska reggae tracks done in a two-tone style. The album itself was released in February of 1980 on Two Tone Records. This was pretty big. It made it to number 5 in the UK. There are a few singles. 3 Minute Hero and Missing Words made the top 25 for the UK singles charts. And this is kind of, again, one of the foundational and seminal records for the two tone movement, and still incredibly relevant today. Darker times, darker music, and this is what you got here. So what do you got here? Well, I've opened up the clamshell already while we're talking. But you can see on the back, you get a lot. So you got the album. First of all, actually, you got this cool booklet. It gives you the history of the band. So how were they founded? Who are they? What did they do? Things like that. Very cool little essay and booklet to go through. You also get track commentary on here, which I love. So, and we'll get into why I love this. So not only are you going to get commentary on the album itself, but on the outtakes, the live shows, the B-sides, tons of cool stuff. You also get, let's just flip to a random page here. Lots of cool poster artwork, promo artwork for the band. Really gives you a reason to be a fan, which I love. That's what I think these deluxe sets really need, because these aren't for new fans. Presumably, they're for people that already know that they're going to enjoy the music on here. So when you package it with stuff like this, it feels almost like a love letter. Done really well. A fantastic booklet. Next, you have the album itself, remastered. Little gatefold here. Really cool picture. Who's in the band. Track listing there. We're going to do a review of the album itself as well. We're not going to go through the outtakes and B-sides and live stuff on there as well. I'm going to bring up some of them, but we'll go through the album itself. The next is actually 2 CDs here in this gatefold. I really like this one. This might be a favorite of mine here. Really cool picture of the band. And then your track listing for CDs 2 and 3 on the back. So I'm going to start in reverse. We're going to get to the album proper last and cover the bonus stuff first, because you get a lot on here. So CD2 is B-sides, rarities, outtakes, peel sessions, all of that stuff. So like I mentioned before, their original single of On My Radio, and then the original B-side, The Selector. Those are on here, first 2 tracks. Then you've got, Too Much Pressure, the B-side version, Street Feeling outtake version. some Peel sessions, 7-inch versions, a sound check version of Live Injection, which is a great song. Sidetrack, Slackers, great more modern ska reggae band. They have a version of Live Injection from one of their live albums called Not Upsetting Ernesto's something Ernesto's, but Not Upsetting. That's their first live album. They've got a great version of Live Injection. Train to Skaville, another classic tune kind of rework here. Even some remixes. They've got an extended version of Train to Skaville, and then On My Radio, a Ready Mix radio mix. 17 tracks. To me, that would already make it a deluxe edition. You got the booklet, you got all these rarities and outtakes, and some live stuff and Peel sessions. That feels like a good reason to get it again. But then you get a third CD, which is an entire live set. So live in Coventry on the 29th of November, 1979, previously unreleased, 12 tracks long with a live injection on there as well. Fantastic. The sound quality is surprisingly good for that time period. You got even more previously unreleased stuff on here, just 4 more tracks from live in Hemel Hempstead on the 28th of February, 1980. Again, previously unreleased. It feels like we're being taken care of here, you know? Like that's all that bonus material. I think that's fantastic. I think quite often bands, they'll, re-release something, put something out, and it just feels like they're just here to get your money. They know you're going to buy it if they add a couple B-sides, a couple live versions, but this feels like they're honoring the band and doing the band justice. So again, let's do a review of the album itself. I've kind of already mentioned why I like the album and what it sounds like to me. And I won't go track by track, but I'm going to talk about, 3-Minute Hero, 3-Minute Hero, Every Day. They make me, might go track by track. That's how much I love this album. Every Day is so good. Missing Words feels a little more, I don't want to say new romantic-y or anything, but it definitely has a bit of a pop hook into it. It's very catchy. I like that a lot. Street Feeling is a fantastic song. And then you get into a bunch of the covers too. That might be my one, it's not even a criticism, comment on the album itself, is that all of the covers seem to be relegated to not second half, kind of the second half of the album. My Collie, Not a Dog is sort of the intro to the second half of the album. So of that one, here we go. Yeah, so 5 tracks on here. So 5 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 tracks on here are covers. So that first one, I have them all written out here. My Collie, Not a Dog is a version of Millie's My Boy Lollipop, the classic song that was rewritten to be about Collie. The next one on here is Too Much Pressure. That was one of their singles. I really like it, title track from that. And then you have Murder, which was originally by Leon and Owen Gray. Both are fantastic. And again, that's one of the reasons why the Specials, the Selector, all these two-tone bands did covers really well. They weren't just covering the tracks as they were originally done, because they're not trying to emulate that, Trojan Records, 60s kind of rock steady, lovers rock feeling. They were going more towards something more youthful, more energizing, bringing in that punk element that was really popular as well. And you get that on there. Carrie Go Bring Home was recorded by, or a re-recording of a Justin Hines song. Time Hard is originally by the Pioneers. Pioneers, one of my favorite first wave ska bands. Love them a lot. You can get some of their anthology stuff. Check it out. They have a ska version of the James Bond theme. Not a traditional ska song, I know. Surprising. Originally by Monty Norman, but it was actually first done in a ska style by Roland Alfonso. So again, otherwise there's Out on the Streets and Black and Blue. Those are the only 2 songs I didn't mention in that run of covers. Fantastic album, but again, I feel like if you spread the covers out a bit more, I think you would have got an album that flows a bit better. It does feel not samey. It feels like we could have kind of resequenced the album to get a bit more pep in our step, But I think it's because it's so energetic, so well done, that you kind of need to stop for a breather now and then. Which is, if that's a negative mark against an album, that it's got so much energy, that's a great album. And I just wanted to hop on tonight to do sort of a quick quick-ish review of this deluxe set one, because I don't buy deluxe sets too often, and I feel this one is incredibly worth the money. This is one I'm more than happy to add to the collection. It feels so well worth it. I can't imagine what else you could ask for to really make this. Maybe, the next version could have a live Blu-ray or something visual to go with it. Um, but this is it. Check it out again. Too Much Pressure. You can find it. This wasn't super expensive. It's only a few years old. And if you're into that, check it out. I will catch you next time.